Let me know when you're comfy and ready.
I am.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. We're back again. Another episode of Sports Opinions with Regular Guys. Once again, you got Mike, Ralph, Frank. We're back again with some opinions, about what happened over the weekend. We had the big All-Star weekend, NBA All-Star weekend. Some of us were satisfied and happy with it here, and some of us were not. But that's okay. I mean, it's, we're all old school here. Some of us take a little bit longer to conform and accept what the future is. But I was entertained. I thought we had a great All-Star weekend, except for the dunk contest, because I think the dunk contest was kind of blah. I don't want to say it was garbage because I can't do any of what those guys are doing, so it's hard for me to be sitting over here saying that they didn't do too well or whatever. But it was a lackluster dunk contest. Obi Toppin came out from New York, won it. I think he won it also. I don't think there was any disagreement with him winning it, because what was the other dunk he was going against? At least he patted it off the backboard, caught it back again, and dunked it. My other man took like 6 attempts before he did anything. So to me, as soon as that happens, that basically takes you out. You missed 3 times, 3 attempts, you lost your points. But anyway, there was also a great 3-point contest. Karl Anthony Thomas came out, balled out, beat out Trae Young, which is a pure 3-point shooter, beat out Frank's Patty Mills, which I thought was going to go a lot further. And man, even beat out our homeboy, Zach LaVine. I was sad to see him go in the first round.
He shouldn't have been doing that.
And there was a great All-Star game also, with the King getting the last shot in. And of course, Steph Curry, the new face of the NBA, almost breaking Anthony, what was it? Anthony Davis, right? Yeah. He's the one that had the 52 points. Street clothes. Somehow he
only beat it by he was only short by 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a little intro. So first we're gonna start off with the 3-point contest.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like, I was surprised that Mr. Towns that he won it. I was kind of surprised. He's the second big man to win in some time. I really didn't want Zach to do that. I kind of still wanted him to rest his knees. I think just repetitive jumping that just can kind of cause more issues, especially if if he's going to play in the All-Star game the next day. Slam dunk contest, I feel they should do it every other year.
Wow, that takes some fun away from it. Everyone's looking for that.
What fun if it's really this garbage, I mean, I remember when we were younger, we were like trying to come home and watch that. That was like must-see TV. Now it's just like, it's super stale, it's like, and everybody's trying to throw it off something, trying to make something happen, and it's not really working, for that. It was nice to see Curry to get those, break the 3-point record in the All-Star game. Wasn't that bad. What I just don't like about the game itself is it's just like, it brings me back to when we were all playing, and you play basketball the whole entire day, and the last game, nobody's really doing nothing. You're just shooting just to try to get it over with. And that's what it reminds me of. And so it's just not something I care to like have a lot of interest in. I just feel like there should be more of a game there. But these are different times, different players. What do you think about that, R&B?
Well, I thought it was a pretty good All-Star game. I thought it was a pretty good All-Star weekend. I mean, take away the slam dunk contest, which was pure trash. But I thought the 3-point contest was good. I thought the skills contest was good. I thought the All-Star game was excellent. The only thing, though, about the All-Star game itself that they should change, they need to go back to East versus West, and they need to get rid of that fourth quarter where they get rid of the clock and you only got to score a certain amount of points to win. I don't like that. That makes, I really hate that. I hate that they did that. Go back to 12-minute quarters, East versus West. No Team LeBron versus Team Durant. East All-Stars, West All-Stars. And go back to 12-minute quarters every quarter. And whoever wins the quarter, then fine. You can go ahead and you can win whatever money to go to charity. But the fourth quarter, you see what they do with the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Did you see what they did?
Yeah,
Like a team that scored like 20 points in the 20 or 25 points in the quarter wins. I mean, hell, they're scoring 25 points in the first 5 minutes. The fourth quarter itself only lasted like 5 minutes. That makes no sense. You got to get rid of that. You need to make it 12 quarters. 12 12-minute quarters, a regular game. It's an all-star game.
Guys.
But the slam dunk contest itself was garbage. And what they should do with that, I was looking at, watching at ESPN, Stephen A. Smith made a good point, what they should do about the slam dunk contest. And what they should do is stop asking NBA players to be in it. They don't want to be in it. So they asked Jay Morant about the slam dunk. Are you going to be in the slam dunk contest? Nope. Not going to be in it. Okay. Well, since you're high-flying dunking in the regular All-Star game, but you don't want to do the slam dunk, fine. Don't even have the NBA players do it. You can go and you can get high-dunking people who can do spectacular dunks from all over the country. You can get people from different cities and maybe take the top 10 and bring them to the All-Star game and maybe have their favorite NBA player with them, if they want to, help them dunk. But it's horrible.
Just make it.
Stop. No, they can't have it every other year. They just scrap it all together. They're not going to do that. And then what they should do, if they're going to keep it at this format, then make the slam dunk contest the first contest of the evening. Instead, make the 3-point contest the last contest, because that's the most exciting. I think that's the most exciting event out of all of them. Don't you think?
No.
It's not the slam dunk contest.
Well, based on the performance that you're seeing right now, you don't feel like it's
It's been how many years though? We're talking years. I mean, they only have 4 contestants. Did they used to have like 6 or 7?
No, they used to. It used to be a lot more competitive.
Because no one wants to do it.
Why? This is my question.
They just don't want to do it. Okay, you can do this. You can make an incentive. Okay, the winner gets
$1 million.
$1 million or $5 million. But what I'm saying, that's exactly why you don't have to have the NBA players do it no more. You should give it to.
It's not that.
It's not chump change for every single NBA player. I mean, the high paid ones, yes, it is. But I'm sure that would bring some other NBA players out the woodwork. How are we gonna have an NBA All-Star weekend and then not have an NBA player doing a dunk contest
they would don't.
that's dunking every night?
Well, you have a celebrity game. You sit there and you have had WNBA players coming in there participating in the NBA.
Nothing wrong with that.
So they could sit there and have the slam dunk itself. Doesn't have to have NBA players in it.
The WNBA has NBA in their name. It's
Exactly.
women's NBA.
But it's not the.
It's still an NBA
It's
caliber.
not the NBA. But what I'm saying is they could throw in players from all over the country, top dunkers all over the country, and they could have them compete because they'll be giving you better dunks than these NBA players are getting.
Not necessarily.
Because then you have, and my thing with this also is they got to do some stupid little stunts. Some dumb, stupid stunts. So you had, who was that? Who had the Timberland boots on his feet trying to dunk.
Well, he didn't try. He did.
Yeah, exactly.
That's impressive.
But how many tries did it take?
It didn't take. It took him one.
No, he took him a few. He took him multiple
but still.
times. Each one of them took at least 4 or 5 tries to get their dunk right.
But I don't agree with that. I just
And
think
then
they
you
should
had
do
low-
it every other year.
I mean-
Maybe 1 year have like the old school players play 1-on-1. That'd be nice to see them lace it up. Whoever wants to do it, lace it up one more time to shoot some hoops.
Look,
That'd be
like
cool.
Frank would say, the bottom line is this. This is an exhibition game.
Yes.
You have the best of the best players in the league putting on a show for us.
Yep.
So they can display how they can dunk the ball, display their shot range, looking at Steph Curry. They're just displaying their hops, looking at John Morant.
And pad their career stats too.
Fine, but at the end of the day, it is an exhibition. There is no win or loss that's really going to be logged against them, and they don't want to get injured. So why would they be playing hard? They're going to be doing what they do. They just, you want to dunk? I'm not going to try and block you and you break your ankle and you roll your ankle and then you're done for the rest of the season. Go ahead. You're gonna let me do it too.
This was the
It's
worst.
It's an exhibition.
It was
game.
the
I
worst
saw
slam.
nothing
It was the
wrong with
worst slam dunk contest ever.
It is an exhibition game, but I would like to see some. I mean, that's why you're there. You want to see the best players of the best players play against each other. You want them to compete. Now, I hear what you're saying. It's not to like a life or death situation, or not life or death. Sorry, it's not where people are getting hurt, but you want to see some effort into something because you would like to see my player that I chose go against your favorite player, and let's see who wins this. So that's why I feel that way. But that's all right. Moving on. What about the 75th anniversary as far as picking the players?
I thought it was great.
You thought it was good?
Yep. It was surprising to see some of the people that were on there that made the list.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that are really early on that list. I mean, people that have been in the league under 10 years made it. So Frank was complaining a little bit a while ago off camera about Giannis making it. He has been in the league a little short while to make it, but he did make it.
That's right.
And I think the way he's turned the game around, how he's turned Milwaukee around, MVP multiple times, NBA champion. I mean, I think he is one of the top players. I mean, when LeBron is gone, there's going to be Giannis's face that's going to be all over the league. It's going to be Giannis, John Morant. It's going to be those guys. Everybody keeps talking about Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. They're not that far behind LeBron James, you know. They're not that far behind. I mean, they're not going to be the face of the NBA. It's going to be the younger guys that's going to be the face. And, I mean, if Kawhi Leonard made the list as a top 75 player when he probably played, I don't know, 75% of his games since he sits out half the time, I don't know how he made the list. Yes, I know he won a couple of championships on separate teams, but I don't think he was worthy to be a top 75 player. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Before I let you guys dive into your spiel about it, what's up with the hate, the looming hate with these players? I mean, we're talking about Ray Allen got a spot. He came out right next to Paul Pierce. He walks by, shakes Paul Pierce's hand. Right next to Paul Pierce is Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, that hates him for leaving Boston and going over to Miami Heat, just kept his head straight up in the air with a mean mug, like, you know, don't look at me, don't talk to me, I still hate you. It's like, let it go, man. This is years and years ago, and it's not like you didn't leave Boston a year later to go to another team. Did he not leave Boston a year later? I think he went to the Nets, didn't he? You know, he found a better opportunity elsewhere, and you left and you went elsewhere. So how are you mad at somebody else that found a better opportunity and went elsewhere? So you know, I respect you and all. You know, you are a top 75 player yourself, Kevin Garnett, but you gotta let that go, man. You gotta let that go.
Well, you know, don't you think that's the reason why we kind of fell in love with NBA and basketball is because of those type of rivalries, those friendships, and that you know those competitiveness that those players have. So it's Kevin Garnett is just expanding it, or not really expanding. He's just going on with it, So it's kind of like Mike and Isaiah Thomas.
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's what we liked about it. That's where you get the competitiveness. When they're on the court, they be on the court, but it's just like they still carry over that stuff.
Well, I never liked Kevin Garnett.
Oh, here we go.
I never did. I never thought he was that good of a player. I mean,
that's harsh, man.
I thought he was kind of overrated.
That man held down Minnesota.
He decided to spend the majority of his career and wasted in Minnesota. Never won anything. And that's on him. And that's his fault. He goes to Boston, he plays with Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, and he gets upset because Ray Allen leaves and goes to Miami. Well, too bad. I mean, you left Minnesota and went to Boston, right? And then you end up leaving a year later. He's bitter. I don't like him. He's like Scottie Pippen. I used to like Scottie Pippen, but Scottie Pippen's turned into a You know what? Can't say it on the air here like I want to say it. I can say it, but I'm not going to say it out of respect. But that's basically what he turned into. And the hell with Garnett. I questioned him on the 75 list to begin with. One of the biggest names that I definitely questioned as I was looking through here, and I know you'll agree, all of you will agree with me on this one, is Anthony Davis, also known as Street Clothes. Would you all agree? He should not be on this list.
I don't think he should be on there.
If this man would stay injury free, which I can't blame anyone for being injured, but man, how many times? It's like I'm genuinely afraid every time I see this man driving to the cup or jumping up and grabbing a rebound or doing anything athletic, because there's a very good chance that he is going to be grabbing his right leg
Or
and,
something else.
and falling on the ground and rolling around, because
Or
that
a
is what he
hamstring.
does. There's a funny meme that I actually had on my page. I don't know if you saw it, with some guy that was playing Anthony Davis, like opening up his fridge and like, falls down.
Oh wow.
I'll show it to you guys. It's pretty funny.
That's one
But
name, and the other
He
one.
shouldn't be in there. I'm
He
sorry.
shouldn't. James Harden.
Klay Thompson should be in there.
You think James Harden should be in there? I don't think so.
For the numbers that he's put up consistently for all these years,
Well,
yes, he is a top 75 player. I do think he is a top
You think
75.
so?
Yeah. For the numbers he's put up, he doesn't have a ring yet, but
So he's been playing since 2009, 2010. 25 points a game, 5.5 rebounds a game, 6.5 assists a game, 12 seasons with Oklahoma, several seasons with the Rockets, and now the was the Brooklyn Nets, and now the Philadelphia. I don't know.
yeah.
I question that one, to be honest with you. My opinion, the way I look at it, no. Iverson, okay, fine, you can put Iverson in there. I looked at some of these other names, some of these names on here. Damian Lillard, really? What has he done to be a top 75 player?
killer scorer,
He's never won an MVP.
shot maker,
He's never won a league MVP.
Dame time.
Okay, I can do that. But the bottom line is,
What can you hit?
he
Game-winning shots?
has never won an NBA title, of course, but he's never also won an MVP title. He's never won an All-Star MVP. I would say NBA Finals MVP, but he never went to the NBA Finals. What have you done? I mean, you got to have something. I mean, it says 6-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, no championships, no MVPs, no Finals MVPs, no All-Star MVPs. No, does he even have a gold medal? I mean,
I'm sure he does.
I'm sorry, but and he's been playing since 2012, 2013. Either it's too early or he just doesn't belong on that list. I'm not saying he's a bad player; he's a good player, but does he really deserve to be on the top 75
Or maybe he's
all
not,
NBA players of
or
all
maybe
time?
he's not surrounded by the right players to get him where he needs to be. He consistently puts up 26 points, a game, dishes out assists. He was injury free for a good while.
Well, I don't think he belongs in there. And you probably think he belongs in there. You think he belongs in there?
I think Joe Dumars belongs. He has a better right to be in
The,
there.
he has
Damian
multiple
Lillard?
championships.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that.
And then they put Steve Nash in there.
I don't agree with that either.
I know what you're gonna say because he wasn't so good when he was with the Lakers.
Mm-mm.
But do you think he should be in there? I don't.
He has one championship with Dallas.
No, he has no championships.
Steve Nash didn't get a championship.
No, he did not. He has not had no titles.
It seems like he.
Remember when he
left.
left Dallas, he went to the Lakers.
Yeah.
If he would have
Well, that's
stayed,
when he laid on his back
if
for
he
like
would
2
have stayed,
seasons, right?
if he would have
I remember
stayed in
that.
Dallas, he would have won one.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He left.
He conned the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna play for you. I'm gonna play for you. He's gonna be. I remember that he was playing soccer all in the off summer, and then as soon as he plays one NBA preseason game, my back, and then he was basically on the floor
Yeah.
for the entire season. The next season, I'm feeling way better in the off season this summer, and then my back.
Well, definitely Dirk belongs in there. I believe
He definitely
belongs.
belongs.
Two-time champion. Chris Paul.
Yes, he's the
Yeah.
point guard. I'm gonna give it to him.
Even though he hasn't won a championship, man, he's been very
done great
consistent. He
things.
always helped teams
Yes.
get to a winning margin.
He's made every team better. He's
yeah,
been
exactly. You gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Wait. We'll see what Phoenix does while he's out for the next 6 weeks? Because you do remember
They're going to. I think they are going to lose some games.
So yes, they are, because they're not going to have the point guard out there.
But they built enough cushion. They got a 6.5 game lead over Golden State,
I think
and then even a bigger lead from number 3 to number 1 is not even. There's not enough games in the season. I don't think to cover
Mark
that.
today, February 22nd. By the time those 6 games are over, I bet you it's going to be a way smaller cushion.
I think it's going to be a smaller cushion, but I think that they have built enough cushion to where they'll probably wrap up the best record in the league.
No
I mean,
way.
we're talking.
We'll see.
They're going to have to lose
Teams
6.
are going to be
They're
gunning.
going to have to lose 6 at some point, and Golden State's going to have to gain 6 games.
You forget like Devin
If they
Booker's
finish
not there.
500, even if they finish 500, they're still going to finish with the best record in 60 wins. That's going to give them enough to get the best record in the league. But I don't think that's going to matter anyway, because I don't think it's going to matter if they have home court advantage or not, Chris Paul or not. They're not winning it anyway. I think when they run into Golden State in the 7-game series, if they get that far, they're not going to win.
Okay. All right.
I can't say for the other teams, like the Utahs and the Denvers and who else? Well, I don't know about Memphis because we don't know about them yet. They're too new. We got to see what they can do in the playoffs. But they're definitely a threat.
Yes, they are.
So I would say that if it ain't Golden State that knocks them out, I wouldn't be surprised if Memphis knocks them out. Because you think about this, Chris Paul's going to be out for 2 months, right? And so where are they going to pick up those assists, right? Because he's an assist leader. He throws these dishes
Well,
the ball
Devin
out.
Booker's gonna have to start playing point.
But Devin Booker is a scorer.
True,
So-
but he can do both. He did it before.
They're going
He
to
did.
lose a lot. They're going to lose some games. Now, my thing is this.
Cameron Payne.
When he does come back, it's going to probably be towards the end of the season or into the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if he has to miss the first round of the playoffs, which would be, I think, disastrous for them if they do that. They might survive, but
Cameron Payne's gonna
I
come up
think
the ball
when he
up.
does come back, is he going to be able to do anything when he does come back?
Why not? It's just his hand.
But we're talking 2 months of game time. Okay.
We're talking about a legendary player. That's
See,
been playing
you guys
for
keep
years.
saying. Here's the thing. You guys keep talking about, oh, they've been playing a long time. Yes, that's fine. But you're talking a major thumb surgery, okay? And then you're talking, he's just gonna come out of nowhere and just start playing like nothing ever happened. It's not going to happen. You cannot cut off and on the switch like it ain't nothing. All right.
Right.
So that's my opinion.
Okay, so what do you guys think about that Juwan Howard, University of Michigan and University of Wisconsin brawl at the end? I thought it was kind of bad because
See it, Frank?
the thing about
I've
it
seen it a million
was
times already. I saw what happened.
when Juwan Howard got hired, he was talking about representing Michigan in this particular way with class and things of that nature, and for him to kind of just allow himself to lose his cool and get into this fisticuffs with the other team's coach is kind of disrespectful.
I think Juwan Howard is an idiot. I think he's an idiot, and he deserved to get suspended. He's lucky to get
5 games.
He's lucky he gets fired. I mean, you are a leader of men, okay? You go out there because the coach decided to call a timeout with 15 seconds and they're up by whatever. So what? Beat them the next time you play them, and then just walk off the court. Even if the guy tapped you, you don't have to acknowledge him. You can just keep walking because I got nothing to say to you. I'll see you next time and keep going. Instead of getting in his face and then slapping one of the other coaches, and then you incite the rest of the team to go and have a brawl. Another Detroit could have happened. The malice in the palace could have happened again easily.
Yep.
And he provoked that shit. I hate to say it, sorry, but he provoked that, and he should pay the price for it. He's lucky he still has a job.
I don't think he's gonna have a job much longer.
Well, good thing
I think he should be fired.
FCC.
I think he should be fired.
Because all that happened was they're crossing paths. The other coach wanted to say something to him,
I think he was trying to explain what he was doing.
and
Yeah.
He couldn't get the ball.
Juwan Howard just wanted to
Yeah.
ignore him and keep walking. So the guy grabs him, and basically, if you heard the audio to it, he was like, basically, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Get your hands off me! Don't touch me!" And the other coach was basically just saying, "Hey, I just want to talk to you. I just want to explain to you." And then
He
next
was
thing
trying to
you
tell
know,
him, I was trying to tell him I was calling a timeout because I was trying to get the ball in bounds. But at that point, let him
Doesn't
take the ball.
matter.
I know it doesn't matter. There's only 15 seconds left in
Right.
the game. just whatever. I mean, but Juwan Howard should know better.
Yeah.
You're gonna be blown out.
Well, it happens.
That's how
He got a 5-game suspension. It's over.
He should be fired.
I don't think he goes.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, they give him 5 games. You think he will be fired?
I think he's gonna lose his job for this. He's gonna serve those 5 games. After that, he's gonna come up with a statement saying, you know what, I didn't represent well. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my resignation in.
That's okay. He'll just end up being an assistant coach back in the
first
NBA
year.
again.
Yeah, and throwing punches at another.
This
coach.
is not the NBA, so I mean,
it's not gonna be good for him. That's not good for his image. It's not good at
I
all.
don't think he learned from this. I don't think he's going nowhere.
Okay, we'll talk about.
well, he
that
should
when
be
that happens.
fired, and because again, you coach kids, and you not teach them to fight. I mean, what you displayed on there is you showed no class. One, you showed no tolerance.
Sportsmanship.
And of course, sportsmanship. Yeah, this guy was calling the time with 15 seconds left. So what?
You were down like 10 points
Yeah,
already.
all you gotta do is when you play them again next
Beat 'em.
season,
Yeah,
blow them out and do the
pretty-
same thing.
I'm pretty sure he learned from it. So it's just you live and you learn. Got to serve that 5-game suspension. pay your
Yeah,
fine,
but you don't sit there and
just
start a
roll with
fight
it.
and then the other
Yeah,
kids
we
all
know
do
that. We know that. But
fight.
he that's what he knows. He's he can't.
What
do
he
it
should
again.
know, he should have been known this.
So hey, things happen.
Yeah, well,
People do things at heated moments. Doesn't make it right, but people do it. So, going on about this, have you guys saw Aaron Rodgers' Instagram post what he said to his girlfriend and what he said to other players? And
I did. I read it.
sounds like
Yeah,
a
me too.
farewell speech to me.
It's not a farewell thing, man. I just think it's something where he's just acknowledging. And
He didn't do that last year. He didn't do that the year before.
It doesn't
He
matter.
didn't do it the year before that.
It doesn't matter.
So,
he's still gonna.
all
He's
the-
coming back.
All of a sudden, you make a farewell speech basically to your teammates about you about playing with them and all
I don't
that.
think it's so much a farewell. It's just more like an acknowledgement. Hey, thank you.
But he could do that every year. Why would he just all of a sudden do it now?
Because he just wanted to.
Folks, it's a farewell speech. He knows he's leaving town. He's just not saying it officially yet.
You just want him to leave.
He would not have said it. He would not have posted a long message like that
Thank
if
you,
he was
people.
not leaving. He's leaving.
No, he's not leaving.
Okay, well,
We'll be
when we
talking about
have this show again, probably next week or the next couple of weeks, when he does leave, it'll be a different tune. And I'm gonna say, "I told you so."
It doesn't sound like he's leaving at all.
That sounds exactly like it sounds like he's
What
leaving.
does it
to
sound
me.
like to you?
It just sounds like he's just acknowledging the people in his life. So
He could do that every day if he wants to on Instagram. I mean,
You don't have
he
to
could have
do
done
that
that
all the time.
last year.
You don't have to do that all the time. You just do it. You can do it every once in a while. It's no different than sending someone a card. So he just acknowledged his ex-girlfriend. Thank you for allowing me into your life and all that stuff. Because you read it, and so I love you. Thank you, Squirrel. And then he was talking about his coaches, talking about it's been a great deal.
Farewell
You know,
speech. Been a great honor playing with you guys,
He
but
didn't say bye.
I'm leaving.
There was nothing in there saying
Of course
bye.
not
I'm
yet.
going nowhere. So no, he's
Not
gonna-
yet.
It's nothing like that.
What do you think, Mike? I think it's a farewell speech. What do
Well,
you think?
as much as I like me some Aaron Rodgers, and I know Frank hates that.
Yep.
I would like to say that it wasn't a farewell speech, but when I read it, basically, if I was leaving a company and I just wanted to leave on good terms, I would probably write a note like that. Hey, you know what? I want to thank my managers that made me successful. I want to thank the employees, the fellow employees that I work with for the good times that we shared, which is basically what he was talking about with
Yeah.
Randall Cobb and
Yeah.
some other players that he said he was sharing, good times with over the past couple of years. So whether he's staying in the NFL or moving on, I don't think I'm going to see him in Green Bay. And actually, as you know, I didn't think I was going to see him in Green Bay last year because I thought he was going to, be packing and leaving. But he came back. But I think all the issues he had out there this year, him not getting vaccinated, him getting all that hate on him, the reporters talking about they're not going to vote for him for MVP because he's unvaccinated and all that. I think he's a little fed up and he just wants a little change of scenery. So I think that was, in fact, a farewell. Thank you so much for all the great memories. I'll remember you and I'll see you
A
more.
change of
I'm
scenery,
I'm
a change
I'm
of
look at
scenery,
that.
or a retirement.
He's too young to retire.
Not really. He's 37. He's not.
He's too.
He's not.
Did he
young.
look like he would need to retire last year? We're talking about the league MVP here, the guy that was throwing lasers.
No. I'm not saying that.
He's not ready to retire.
No. I'm not saying he.
Not at all.
Physically, no, but he is. We got Elijah. Man is 37 years old. He's gonna be 38 when the next season starts. That is pretty old in the league. Now, everyone's not Tom Brady, could pay to 45. So, and I believe Aaron Rodgers said this. I mentioned this before. He said this years ago. He says, "I'm not playing into my 40s." He said this. So I would not be surprised if he does retire. I can tell you this: he's not playing for Green Bay again. I think he's out of there for sure. If he is going to play for somewhere, it's going to be in the AFC, because Green Bay will make sure wherever they send him to, they do not want to play against him.
Yeah.
They would put him on a team that they will not have to see for 4 years, and by the time that they do play that team, he either will not be on that team or he'll be retired. So, which is a smart move to do, because I do that, But I think he's gonna go to another team. I don't think he's gonna retire yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Because that's either a farewell speech to the fans and the players he played with in Green Bay, or that's a retirement speech saying, I am done.
It's not a retirement speech. He said he hadn't said anything in there. I just read it again. He hasn't said anything.
But you got to read between the lines, Ralph. Come on now.
No, you
he has never made.
It's what you want.
No,
it's what you want.
No, it's not what I want.
It is.
Read it.
It is.
He never made a post like that before.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Why would that have to matter?
Oh my
if
God!
You made a post like this.
Read it again.
I did read it.
Okay, read it
I
another
read it while you were
time.
talking.
Read it
this
again.
long, drawn
Read it
out
again.
speech. It makes no sense.
Just because he says he's not retiring or he's not leaving,
He
that
just said
farewell
that.
speech does not mean he's not leaving. He will not write something that long if he's not leaving. Come on now.
So what? You don't think about it like, hey, you know what? I need to give people their roses before it's too late. Or maybe let people.
Then he could say that he would have said that. He would have said that last season after the season was over. He would have said the year before,
Maybe he didn't
or the
think
year
about
before
it.
that.
Why would he have to do
Because
that?
he knows he knows he's not coming back. That's why.
No, it's not.
He knows he's leaving. His mind is made up.
No.
He just is not ready to say that to the media yet.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if a player's gonna leave, they're gonna leave.
All right, when you know what, and I'm gonna make sure I get on your ass when he does retire or when he does leave Green Bay.
You're already on my ass.
Well,
that doesn't.
Well, it's gonna be even worse when he does leave. When he does leave or retire. No, that doesn't mean anything. It means exactly what it is. He's not coming back.
Yeah,
that's a farewell, a thank you notice to them.
It's very nice. Sweet,
that's
all it is.
Thank you to everyone in my life.
Thank you to everyone.
That's either a suicide note or a
retirement note, or I'm not playing in Green Bay.
It's not.
It's one or the other. It ain't no suicide.
Thank you. I know.
It's either retirement. It's either retirement or he's leaving Green Bay.
Yeah, I think he's.
He would never do something like that. He could do that every day of the week if he wanted to. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, now.
Do you say that every day of the week?
No.
Okay then. So don't give me that. He needs to say this all the time and all that stuff like that. No.
Oh, it just so happens because he said, I'm going to make my decision in the next couple of days or the next week. He comes out with this after he says, I'm going to be making some kind of announcement soon.
So what?
He comes out with that?
He could just say, thank you for everything. It doesn't mean anything.
I think we'll get something by next week. Myself. Okay. I think by next week.
I can't wait.
I'm sure you can.
I can't wait.
I know you can't.
No, it's not the fact that
it is
him leaving.
Fact. It is.
I'll be happy about that, don't get me wrong. But because you insist that he ain't leaving. There ain't no retirement or ain't leaving Green Bay. And I think it is. And I'll be the first one to say I'm wrong if he stays in Green Bay. But I don't think that's happening.
Oh, that was great. Actually.
Yeah, I bet it was. Link.
But let's see here. I do see him going elsewhere. I've been saying it for a while now. I think he's going to be going either to San Francisco or
I got Denver
Broncos. A lot of times I watch as you know, you don't like them. I love ESPN. I swear I get all my stuff from, and you got a lot of rumors. And for me, I feel like when you hear rumors, there's a lot of truth or some sort of truth behind it that would fuel that. And since last year, you've been hearing all the connections. Oh yeah, he's planning on leaving. He's planning on leaving. It's on the wall. And the way the season ended last year, with everything they gave to him, they gave him all the weapons he wanted. They went after Randall Cobb. He wanted, all these people. They got it to him, and at the end, came up short. I I think he probably feels like, okay, you know what? I've tried so many times. I'm the best quarterback in the league. I'm the MVP, and somehow I'm not winning. Maybe I need new scenery. Maybe that's what it is before I end my career. I think he wants another belt.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what you know. If he was going to stay in Green Bay and he's committed to Green Bay, he would straight out say, "I'm staying here.
Agreed.
Isn't that
I'm
what Brett Favre
retiring
did?
here."
Isn't that what Brett
No,
Favre did?
Brett Favre retired, and then he.
But after how many years did he keep Green Bay on the hook?
No, he had retired, and then he decided I retired too early. And Green Bay said, "Well, that's too bad because we don't want you now. We got Aaron Rodgers."
Now, after 1 year, he was keeping Green Bay on the hook for multiple years. Remember,
He was
Aaron
under-
Rodgers sat on the bench for 3 years. 3 years.
Okay.
And Green Bay, they knew they had Aaron Rodgers waiting in the ring. Okay, so when Green Bay got tired of Brett Favre's crap, they're like, you know what? No, you can't come back. So that's why he retired.
No,
and that's why he went to because he didn't want it.
He
didn't
retired.
want to go to the Jets.
He retired on
He
his
wanted to
own.
No, he didn't retire.
Yes, he
on his
did.
Own. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Because
He retired on his own after he got knocked out by the Bears.
No. He had retired originally when he was with Green
Thank you.
Bay. He announced his retirement and said, "I'm retiring."
No,
he was not pressured by Green Bay to retire. He made that decision. Now, when he made that decision,
No.
well, Green Bay made sure they asked him, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
No.
He said yes. They said, "Okay, go ahead." He made his press conference. He retired,
Frank is
and then he
actually right.
changed. And then he changed his. No, listen. Let me finish. He changed his mind. He changed his mind and said he does not want to retire. Green Bay said, "Oh well, that's too bad
That was
because
after
we
the last
have moved
year.
on." When you made that press conference and said you were going to retire, we decided we are moving on right away with Aaron Rodgers, and we're sticking with him now, and we're moving forward, and that's
And
it.
that was the third year.
When Brett Favre officially retired the first time,
No, it wasn't.
It was.
it was the first time.
No, it wasn't.
Because remember that
It
summer,
was the first time. I remember it very well.
They were waiting for him to make a decision, and they kept waiting. and finally he did make the decision.
Right.
He said
He did that 2 years
He
ago.
said, he said, "I'm not."
No,
coming."
he didn't
But
retire the first year.
He did do that. You're right. He played games with them.
First 2
They
years.
held out. They held out, and then again he played the same game
And
again.
the third year, and that's when
And then
that all
yes,
happened.
and after that he was like, you know what? I don't think I want to play anymore. He did say he did not want to play, and then like a month later,
He said he wants to come back.
he said he wanted to come
And
back.
Green Bay
that's
said,
when
and Green Bay
we
said,
have
no,
Aaron
we've moved down with Aaron
Right,
Rodgers.
because they got sick of the first
and
2
he
years.
want, and he's like,
That's all I'm saying.
And he's like, I want to
You're
trade. He's like, he said, trade me to Minnesota. And Green Bay, no, we're
Yeah,
not
right.
trading you to Minnesota.
Exactly.
We're
And-
trading you out of the division, out of the conference,
Right.
to a team we don't have to see.
Right,
Jets.
the Jets.
Exactly.
And he played
which
1
is
year
the-
there, and then he went to Minnesota.
Yeah, because he had to stay. There was a clause that said you cannot be traded to either an NFC team or an NFC North team. That was in the contract, so New York could not trade him. They were not allowed to trade him. That was part of the deal. And so after that first year with the Jets, he's like, "Fuck this! Forget this. I'm going to trade me." And they traded him to
Glad we don't have to
Minnesota.
play FCC funds.
now. I'm sorry. Sometimes that slips every now and then.
Yeah, I guess.
But Aaron Rodgers has not said, or they say right offhand, "I don't want to play here anymore."
He's doing the same thing.
Or he
that Brett-
says, "I want to play on
You're
another
right.
team."
That's
You're
it.
right.
Now,
You gotta wait.
The point Rob was trying to make is that he's playing the same game that Brett Favre played before he retired the first time around. He's playing the game. I don't know if I should come back. Let me think about it. I need to
All the
reflect
flowers,
about
the
it.
flowers.
And think about my family, and then just like every other player, and mark my words, just like every other player, even Aaron Rodgers, if he retires, they miss that life. They miss the life. They miss going out.
most do.
They miss visiting other cities. They
Yeah.
miss
It's
the
the teammates.
clubs.
Yeah.
They miss the camaraderie.
Yeah.
They miss all that. And the profile. You get the high profile treatment because you are this person. You are this important person. They miss that. They come back.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I'm
I
not
don't
saying-
see him leaving.
I'm not
I
saying
think-
you're
I
wrong.
think
I'm not
he's-
saying you're
I
wrong that
think
he's
he's
not.
gone.
He's not gonna leave, but I don't think he's gonna leave yet until I officially hear word from one of the football guys that come in and say like Aaron Rodgers has decided to leave from his people or something like that. Right now, I'm not gonna breed the Instagram point. You know how many people on there is saying their life on Instagram? Oh, I'm so sorry, baby, or whatever the case may be. Squash that. I don't care about that.
I think he's good as gone.
You just want him to be gone.
No, I just think he's good as gone.
Yeah, okay. watch out, whatever.
So
So
we'll be reporting on it next week and the week after.
Reporting on it next week.
We will. We'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, that'll be a nice long discussion too.
I'm sure you'll be.
That might take most of the show.
Exactly. That's
Just
all
like
it is.
Stephen A. Smith was gloating when the Dallas
He
Cowboys
left.
lost.
He left. He need to get gone anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I for one will be so happy when he leaves Green Bay
The
because
only way I would want that guy to retire if the Bears beat him.
well, they
Bears
didn't beat
beat
him,
him.
so
They
it doesn't
didn't beat
matter.
him.
He ain't
They
gonna-
didn't
he ain't
beat him.
gonna- well,
They need to beat him.
Maybe they could beat him
Then
on his
you
new
can
team.
retire.
Maybe they'll beat him on
Just
his
like
new
the
team.
Bears did to Brett Favre. You beat him that time and make him retire.
Well, the Bears were beating him pretty good towards the end of his career anyway. So even at the end of his run in Green Bay, the Bears basically had
That's
his number
ridiculous. Coming
down
down
the stretch.
I own you. Come on.
Well, when
You gotta
Lovie
beat
Smith,
that.
well, when Lovie Smith became the head coach, that was the end of Brett Favre's dominance with the Bears.
Yeah,
Because
but
he
Aaron
didn't,
Rodgers-
he didn't win too many more games
Well,
against
then
them.
began the Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
era.
Yeah.
So okay, you lose one.
Well, he
but-
started okay against Aaron Rodgers, but then, things happen. But anyway, hopefully, Rodgers is history from Green Bay. I think he is, and that's.
Did you guys hear about the
Too bad.
partnership the NFL decided they want to do with the XFL
Yeah,
now?
I did. I hear that they're going to.
Didn't they do that before?
There was
No, they
never-
didn't.
there
They
was
were never
one.
together.
No.
The NFL is going to partner with the XFL. They're going to redo the season next year. Now, what they said is they're going to help them
That's
with
gonna
the
be like their
rule.
minor leagues.
We're
basically.
going to help them with the rule changes and the rules of the game and things of that nature. But what they said they're not going to do is there will not be any player swaps from NFL to XFL. They said that's not going to happen.
But
what they are- No. The XFL got network contracts from like ESPN.
No,
and
no,
stuff
no,
like
Yeah,
that.
there were XFL players that transitioned
Yeah.
from the XFL and went
To the NFL, but what we're trying to say is
Like,
there'll
he
be
hate
no,
me.
there'll be
Remember that guy, he hate me?
there'll be no trades of current players from the NFL going to XFL, things like
Well,
that.
that's what's happening. That's what
Now,
they say now. We'll see what
that
happens
won't
in a year or
happen.
two.
What'll end up happening is if a player gets cut
You kill me with that.
or a
It's like
player
that.
leaves and no one picks him up, then his next choice would be the XFL.
Yep.
Okay, and that's fine.
I mean, it is. It's
But I mean, they got shafted. Let's be honest. When that league started a couple of years ago, it actually wasn't bad. When they redid it, it actually wasn't bad at all. The games were bad, were fine. It wasn't like that crap fest that we saw 20 years ago. They changed everything. Now what happened was unfortunately the pandemic happened, and that's what shut everything down. So it was actually going to be doing okay. That's why they haven't. That's why they want to bring it back. It hasn't died yet. For some
Right.
reason, the XFL will not die. They just, for some reason, want to bring it back, and now the NFL wants to help with it.
So was
So
that other league that tried to come up after the XFL? It was like A something.
there was
Was it the
a
AFL?
PL or something.
there was a league. Yeah, there was a league a
It
couple
was
of
on
years
Channel
ago.
2, right?
It was on several channels. It was a oh my God, what was it? It was a league that started after the NFL,
Yeah.
and it was it didn't
They
last.
went-
You had
they went
ex NFL
under.
coaches.
Yes.
I think Mike Singletary was coaching
Yes.
one of the teams.
Hell, what's his
It
name?
didn't last long. It
Johnny
didn't-
Football ended up on one
Yeah,
of
I
those
think
teams.
it only lasted a couple of months,
Yeah.
and it
They folded.
folded. So it's hard to do.
Of course,
It's
it is.
hard to
That's what you're
compete
competing
with the NFL. That's why they got to do it after the NFL.
You're
season.
competing with a league that took like church away from most men. They don't go to church because they want to watch the NFL. So
Yeah, exactly.
It's only 4 months out of the year.
it's Sunday.
They got the other 8 months to go to church and do your shopping and do what the wifey and the girlfriend wants to do. Well, that's what I'm saying. But I think with the NFL partnering with them, I don't think they'll fail at this point. I think they're going
and
to
the
be
Rock
on,
partnering with them.
they're going to be on networks.
It probably will.
They'll be
They're
like-
gonna have to get viewership, and I don't think guys are gonna.
They're going to have the networks to have the
Because
viewership.
after the NFL's done, I don't feel like watching football until like August or September.
Well,
Period.
there are a lot of football fans that disagree with you. The only they do is watch football. Not
Come
everyone.
on.
Not everyone.
What are they watching? Combines the
Yeah.
entire time.
Believe it or not, there are a lot of people that like to watch football all year long.
Yeah, I like to watch it, but I'm not gonna watch it all year long.
I mean, not saying you or me, but there are people that football fans that will like that don't want to watch basketball, that don't want to watch baseball.
Well, then that's their break. They can go fishing or something.
Well, maybe, but they want to. If there's more football on TV for them to watch, especially if there's players that they recognize, they'll watch it. I mean, we'll see what happens.
You shouldn't have lied in the barrel there, my friend. No, I don't think so. But that's all right.
Now, my thing is they're gonna have a Chicago team because they didn't have one the last time they did it a couple of years ago.
Because Chicago's smart. They don't want to have no crap like that.
No, it's up to the
rather see
league.
that.
It's up to the league if they want to have a Chicago team.
I'd rather see a Chicago team. We're a big market.
It's not. Yeah, how you gonna have the second largest market, third largest market, not have a pro
we
team?
have to have
If the game
representation.
sucks, then it sucks. You don't want.
We have a soccer team. We have a WNBA team.
You watch soccer?
I'm not saying me. I'm just saying any major sport that has a pro sports league, you can't sit there and shut out Chicago as a market. You're gonna have New York, you're gonna have LA, you're gonna have Chicago as your top three markets.
Yeah.
You always start with those three and then you work your way down.
Chicago wasn't in the WNBA for a little while.
That was because the Bulls didn't want them in there for a long time. Because they remember when the WNBA started, it had to be in conjunction with the NBA team with it at the time. And Jerry Reinsdorf did not want to have anything associated to do with the WNBA team.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they changed that rule. And the Sky had nothing to do with the Bulls. They're their own team. There's no affiliation with the Bulls at all. Okay?
Which is amazing. Because I see a lot of Bulls players.
Well, I mean, you'll see Bulls players there, but what I'm trying to say is,
them.
well, yeah, of course, the Bulls players will support them.
Are you sure that they have nothing to do with the
No.
Chicago Sky?
When the WNBA first started, those teams were all like mirror images of the men's team.
Right.
Remember the LA Spark, the LA Lakers. The logos looked similar.
Yeah.
You know,
Phoenix Mercury.
but it was based on those teams. The Bulls could have had a WNBA team when it started. I mean, the Chicago could have a WNBA team, but the Bulls owner did not want to have anything
I
to do
think
with
I
that.
remember that. You're right.
Did not want to have anything. Just like it took forever for us to get an All-Star game because Jerry Reinsdorf refused to do an All-Star game.
Why would you choose?
Because he said that the All-Star game should be devoted to the fans of that city, and he didn't want to do it because he didn't want fans from all over the country going into his stadium to watch. He's like, it should be available to the Bulls fans or to Chicago fans, and that's why he didn't want to do that.
That was ridiculous.
But then I guess somehow they convinced him, or the league changed the rules and forced it on the Bulls. You know, forced it on him, and he had no choice.
So the last All-Star game that took place in Chicago was
1988. Yeah,
wow.
No way.
it was. It was when
No.
Jordan won the slam dunk contest, and then the one was a couple of years ago, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Before
That was
this pandemic.
The last one.
Yeah, and there was no Bulls represented on that at all.
Nope.
That was actually a good All-Star game weekend. Actually, it's just too bad the Bulls were so bad. They weren't represented at all. But yeah, that's how that is. So
Alright.
with that being said, what else you guys want to talk about? What else do we have?
I mean, right now we basically covered
Everything
that happened over the weekend.
Mhm.
Everything that's basically hot, aside from Tristan Thompson joining the Chicago.
I think we
Bulls.
talked about that. Yeah, he officially signed.
You know,
by
so
the
he's
way.
officially
Yes, he
signed.
did.
So welcome on board. Hopefully, you're gonna put in that hard work that you were putting out, you know, in Cleveland and in Sacramento. Because you know, I don't just follow you because you're with the Kardashian. I actually think that you are, you know, a hardworking player. Regardless of your outside issues, game wise, I respect.
Just
Tristan
get out there and
Thompson.
play, rebound, and be that inside
Yeah.
presence. That way, you know, you have so Vooch can have some kind of backup because Bradley is not really gonna really.
Yep.
He'll do some stuff here and there, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
So
There's no Bears talk this week because there's really nothing happened with the Bears
Nothing.
yet. But don't worry, when there is, we will definitely discuss it.
yeah, by the time the next show comes around, we'll have other things. We jot down things that happened in the news, you know, pertaining to Chicago or, you know, big news in general, so we can cover it and give our opinions and hopefully hear some opinions from you guys. But we're about nearing the 50-minute mark of our show, I think, right now. And we're going to be signing off. We want to thank you all again for watching. Thank you on again, you know, for posting questions, watching, supporting. Again, you can catch us on iTunes. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch, you know,
Google Podcast.
Google Podcast. Of course, YouTube. You're watching that now. Sports Opinions with Regular Guys. The same name on all the platforms. If you don't want to watch us, listen to us. You know, you don't have to see Frank get super excited. You can just imagine that when, you know, you're listening. So
Send your questions on any of
Yes.
those platforms if you need to. We'll answer them.
Yep. All right. Thank you again. See you next time. Signing off.